RULIEA, I think is how you pronounce her name. Anyway, this is a lady whose music I have been checking out in little bits, but I want to check out more now. She's had a new song come out a day ago, so this is a fresh song. And the reason I want to check this out is because, well, she's an artist who was involved in the From00 project that I covered on this channel. And I've got to be honest, if there's one thing that's really broken my heart in the last year, is that more people didn't, well, watch that video about From00. And there hasn't been more following of From00 because that is a project that just, I think, is brilliant. So please do check that out. RULIEA was involved in that, and she was ironically involved in that, doing a collaboration song with Caramel Candid, a band who obviously I have a little bit of support for, and with the lead singer, Oto of Caramel Candid. And so I got to sort of see RULIEA's work from that, and I just really impressed, seeing that she's done songwriting competitions. She's working in this kind of like, I hope to not use the wrong term, but kind of like the Vocaloid, basically the bedroom song programmer territory, which is one of the areas I think most of the most exciting music is coming out from. It's amazing how like people who are serious music fans will often overlook this kind of songwriter. It's like, yes, we all love bands and live music, but my God, these people who are just left alone to write with all the equipment they need at home can produce some of the greatest music ever. And so I'm really excited about this kind of thing. She's won awards, you know, sort of upcoming artist awards and stuff like that. And she's got a new song out. So let's check it out. Now, it is, oh wow, there's a lot in here to work with, isn't there? So Sayonara Gifted. Sayonara Gifted. I'm always bad with katakana. And it's a Hatsune Miku song. Again, I think I'm getting that right. Hatsune Miku and Nars's Robo Type T. No idea what that is. So I've got a lot of unusual territory to walk into here. But I love the fact that it's only come out a day ago and it's already got 3.1 thousand views. She's really gaining success. And I'm so happy for her because she comes from this upcoming generation of Japanese songwriters who are doing creative stuff. And this is why I want people to support things like From00 and support her. So anyway, I haven't heard this song. It's 2 minutes, 30 seconds long because, you know, that's a good thing about these sort of like at-home songwriters. They keep their songs concise. Let's check it out. As always, it's going to be an animated video. I know that much. Let's enjoy it. I don't know who animates her videos, actually. Oh yeah, we're going to get funky right off the bat. Oh, the movie's by Aki. Love the layering there, slightly trippy elements as well. Very traditional style pre-chorus, chord pattern wise. That's a nice twist. There's a very sort of traditional structure to the melody of this, and yet the details. I always love songs with great detail. That animation of the empty chairs gone. That breakdown's lovely. Really dirty bass there as well. Winding up the strings for the chorus. There we go. I love people who know how to build up attention. Keep you waiting just the right amount of time for the chorus to drop. The little 8-bit sounds in there as well. Okay, so we've got the little 8-bit sounds going on there, all kinds of stuff happening in the background. That is just a really lovely example of how to do a song that is full of ideas. Now, the interesting thing is, as I mentioned, like melodically, and the if you look at the basic, if you like, the campfire elements, the melody and the chord pattern, they're very much your sort of it's very sort of like traditional style songwriting. Everything about the chord structure and the melody is very old school. We've heard it in a bunch of J-pop songs before. It's reliable though. There's nothing wrong with it. It's very old school. What I love is the way that she instead, so she uses these well-trodden and very effective sort of melody and chord pattern structures, but then she's working them into an arrangement that gets something quite fresh out of them. So the production that we hear in there, there's lots of layers of really cool electronic sounds, but there's also all kinds of things. I love the little piano bit in there. There's the little 8-bit sounds going in. Some of the drum fill work, you've got drum loops happening over the top of there that are breaking little fills over the top. This is really cool. But there's a big element to the way that she breaks down the song and brings it back. So the chorus itself, it's not like a big heavy chorus, but it's kind of like it's fairly light and easygoing chorus. It's the kind of thing you could listen to it in a sort of a chilled out way. But still, you need to build up the tension to make the chorus pay off. And the way that she's doing this is by like having those breakdowns before, where it goes into like that slightly dirty bass area. It goes a little bit sort of trip hop. Everything breaks down. It's all very much about that sort of distorted bass and the little bit of like percussion underneath it. And the reason why that works is because, again, she doesn't overindulge in that. She lets the production, she lets the tonality of the instruments do the work. So you get some people where if they were going to break it down to that, it would be like all of a sudden we get like those really low, like dubstep, sort of like super low bass bits. And she doesn't do that. She doesn't do that. It goes down to like a dirty sounding bass, but it still remains relatively, in the middle of the EQ. It doesn't get overly indulgent in the bass. It's just because you can hear it. You know from a tonality what's happening. You know the song's breaking down. You know it's going into that slightly more, the equalization. The pitches are all sort of moving into a slightly more condensed space. So that when it bursts back in effectively. You have enough. And in a way that makes me feel that the thing I kind of most want to say is it's very restrained. This is a very restrained song. And I mean that in a positive way. There's so many ideas, but none of them are like shoved in your face. I mean, she's layering so many sounds, but she doesn't feel the need to have each one sort of popping and bursting out at you. It's like that little 8-bit bit I heard towards the end where you could just hear like a little 8-bit synthesizer playing like a sort of, the Nintendo chiptune sort of sound in the background. It's very light, it's very subtle, but it does its job. It's effective. But, there's some people who would be like, I've had this crazy idea, and they'd have that suddenly appear really loud and bursting forwards at you. She's layered in all of these sounds very delicately. And again, if you go around to this last bit and you're listening to this again, just have a listen to the way that the sounds are layered, and you hear like the tones in the background. All of those sounds you can hear. There's so many sounds in there. So much is layered up. But instead of any one sound being pushed at you as like, look at this clever idea, it's just the way that she allows it to be a soundscape of ideas that come together to produce like just a really cool effect, all of the parts are working together to produce that sum. The sum of the parts, if you like, is greater than any of the individual parts. So for me, actually, I would say, knowing how old she is, which is not very old, it's the maturity, it's the restraint. It's the ability to do a song that is very effective, but it has a lot of ideas, but none of the ideas are thrown at you. It doesn't feel like, it's not like an Insecure song, which is feeling the need to do crazy things, but there's a lot going on, and the things going on are really cool. And I'm not surprised she's winning awards, because she deserves it. This is really great work. I personally, as someone who, me, songwriting for me comes above everything else. If you got songwriting, everything else will follow. And she's a great songwriter. She really is. So more credit to her, more power to her. I hope more people follow her. She's doing the work. Give her the love, give her the follows. I'm so glad to see stuff like this. I just noticed she's up to 4.3 thousand subs, 3.1 thousand views. Great stuff. So please go show her some support, show her some love. follow RULIEA, listen to more of her music, share it out there, and until I hopefully see you in the comments with your thoughts or wherever I see you next, for now, ciao, ciao.